20 minutes about recruiting. And I'm not real sure, what I'm going to teach you that's new and different, but I'm going to try to give you something. So, I look around the room and see so many friends that I've known through the 20 years, and then I see so many friends that I have yet to meet. So I hope by the time this segment is over, this day is over, we're all friends. But I want to just take you back to 1997, because I think it's important for you to hear just a little bit about where I came from, and then how we got to where we are. So I'm not going to take a whole lot of time, but I want to tell you, in 1997, life was very different for me. I was divorced, I had 3 kids, and I had been saving for my divorce for 2 years, $20 a month. I'd put it in a little bank account, knowing that I was going to leave that starter marriage someday. And it was 17 years in, and I told my family that I had made that decision, and my mom proceeded to tell me, I'd like to meet with you, and I said, okay, I'll come over, and she said, no, I don't want you in my house, I'll meet you at the library. And in the parking lot of the library, my mom told me that I would be disowned, and that the whole entire family would, and that there would be nothing for me. And she held true to her word. So in 97.
Battery.
Because I don't know what's going on. Okay. So anyway, life was very different. So imagine your life if you had a family that was with you every step of the way, and then all of a sudden one day, all your friends, all your family, and everything was gone. And that's what it was like. No Christmas, no birthdays. The only person that I got to hear from for 4 years was my dad on my birthday. He would call me. Anyway, so when I went to Pamper Chef Party, and I saw the fun that they were having, I thought this would be so fun. Nobody would know who I was. I could start all over again with making friends. If you've ever been through a divorce, it's very painful. Even if you wanted the divorce, it's painful. So anyway.
I hear you, honey.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you.
When you're still. Put it up like this. All right. So anyway, when I went to that Pampered Chef Party, I definitely didn't need another job. I didn't really want any more work. I certainly could have used the money, but what I wanted was what everybody had in that room, which was friends. So when I tell you that my passion is recruiting, it's really about that girl back in 97. And I'm telling you, in every group that you go to, every party, there's a Marna sitting in your group, just waiting for you to say, come join me. Please, please, I'd love to have you. Okay? So that's about recruiting. It's not about helping people make money. It's helping people have a life that we have. There is nobody in my circle of friends that has the life I have today. Nobody. And I bet you can say the same thing of you, right? All right, so we want to make it happen for more people. So what I'd love for you to do is take a piece of paper, and if you could write down the reason that you think that you're not recruiting as well, or your team isn't recruiting as well as they should. Could you just take a piece of paper and write that reason down?
No, I can't.
And then, if you could just take that piece of paper and crumple it up and just throw it. Just throw it. Just throw it. Because I pretty much believe that there are just 4 reasons why you may not be recruiting, or your team may not be recruiting the way they should. So if you are a great recruiter and a strong recruiter, sometimes it's hard to train recruiting, because how do you train love? How do I train that? How do I train somebody to love the business like I do and be as passionate about it? But we're going to try, so in 4 easy steps. And this was designed to be an hour long, so I've got 20 minutes now that I've blubbered away. I probably got 5 left. But I'm going to give you the 4 reasons, and then we're going to cover some points really quickly. The first reason I believe that you don't recruit is that you don't believe. And the big thing about, well, I'll go back to the big thing, but you don't believe. So just put down believe. Number 2, you're not in front of enough people. Number 3, you don't have a fun and consistent, and underline the word consistent, way to share the business. And number 4, you're just not consistently asking everyone, and underline the word everyone. So we won't go too much on belief because you've had lots of training in the belief pillars. There's 4 of them: belief, passion, skill, and will. And usually I would go through the different things that you have to believe in. You know, the company, direct sales, our host plan, yourself, our business. But we're going to focus on the one belief that people at your party have the ability and the desire to say yes right at the party. And this may be something that you're not used to. You know, you want to give people information and you want to have a recruiting interview. And that's fine if you want to do that, but that's not what I do. And I'm going to try to get you far enough, sorry, keep changing this, far enough along at the party that you can get people to say, yes, I'd love to do that, right at the party. That's the belief that you have to start to have. If you don't have that, if the team doesn't have that, it's very tough to do a lot of recruits because you have a lot of follow-up. And you know, I don't know about you, but if you were booking a party, you certainly would say this, oh my gosh, it would be so fun. So why don't you go home and think about it? You know, you're going to have to clean your house, you're going to have to back, you're going to have to get rid of your husband, buy groceries, invite some people. You just think about that, I'll call you tomorrow. Nobody would book a party, right? So same thing with, you know, the business. Many times they go home and they think about it, or they talk to somebody, or worse yet, they go into the witness protection plan, you can't even get a hold of them, they're underground somewhere, you're like, hello, they're gone. So you have to believe that people do want the business, and that if you give them enough information, they will sign up right away. So the other thing is that hopefully you have had someone believe in you. I certainly have through this business. Nancy Jo Ryan was one of them that believed in me very early. Well, not early. I was a very slow learner. I did not recruit anyone for 3 years. Nobody. But the minute I decided that I wanted directorship, I did it in 3 months. And I bet you'll find that in your teams. The minute they decide, and there is that pivot point, when they decide, then all things go. So, but she had reached out to me in 2004 and said I was one of her top recruiters in her org, and would I speak at conference? And very quickly I said, you know, I will, but I'm probably going to quit Pamper Chuck because it's so big and I have to work my full-time job. I have to support my family, blah, blah. And she said, well, Marna, let me just ask you, how much do you earn in your day job? I told her, and I'll tell you, it was $45,000 in 2004, and I thought she'd say for sure, oh my gosh, that's great. She said, oh my God, quit. And I said, oh, okay. I thought she would be quit. So I did 1 year of push. 1 year from 2004 to 2005. I pushed so that I could quit that job, and I did do it in 2005. And it stopped, right? All right. So if somebody's believed in you, you find that person in your group and you believe in them and pass it on. All right, number 2, you're not in front of enough people. And I do mostly cooking shows. Look at me, I'm old, I'm very old. My birthday parties are wonderful, but it's not my forte. I'm going to speak a little bit, but I'm going to speak mostly about cooking classes. So if you're not in front of enough people, that means you have too low a show schedule, or you don't have enough people coming to the shows. It's one of the two. So I just tell people, if you're looking to recruit, you must build your show schedule. And that's what's great about Leap. So we know that doing the shows is great. But, you know, in 1997, when Doris started, you know, back in the day, the only way to sell our product was to get people to come to the parties. We did not have the internet. We did not have Facebook. We did not have a website. I did not even have a cell phone. I mean, I was sending smoke signals to people. I mean, there just wasn't all the technology. So the danger is this. I've been watching numbers, and I see that show sales can go up even though your number of customers at the party continues to go down, or the number of people coming is down. They'll buy more, but I need bodies in the seats to book them, to sell to them, and to recruit them. So I want to tell you just about my host coaching. It's one thing. Get 12 people there. That's all. I don't care whatever else they do. I personally do not care. I definitely don't offer an incentive to get $250 in outside orders before the party. Because you know what your host is going to do? Oh, you can't come? That's good. I need outside orders. I think it's very counterproductive to do that, personally. I like outside orders after the party, but certainly not before. I want everybody to come. So 12. And what are you gonna, you could give them a gift, you could give a bigger door prize. I buy them with a lava cake. If you have 12 people, I'll make a lava cake. Woo! You know, good for you. So that's, that people can be bought for a lava cake. So the name of the game is to maximize. If you're doing a party, you maximize it. You talk to your host about why 12 people is so important. Because you know what you can usually get with 12 people, 12 to 15, you can get a $1,000 party, which is good for her. You can get lots of bookings. And when you have a full calendar, it is so much easier to recruit. Because Stacy's shaking her head because she knows if you have somebody who wants a party, you might have to say, you know, I am booked, please book till May. And that's how a lot of us built our recruiting bones, is by having such a full calendar, we couldn't get anybody into our calendar, right, Sharon? Right? So you got to get yourself a full calendar. You got to fake it till you make it. All right. So in the world of the virtual land, I have lots of consultants who want to try to build a business on Facebook, and they keep posting things they claim, and nobody's saying anything. So then I'll look, and on their personal page, they have like 200 friends. Well, that's like shooting in a barrel and trying to get something. I mean, it's too few people. In Facebook, you have to have lots and lots of friends. So if you don't friend request your guests and hosts like I do, I think you're missing the boat. I have girls who say, oh, I want to keep my personal life separate. There's just no way. If you want a virtual business in Facebook, you must get exposure. You have to. So I friend request, and I tell everybody at my parties, I'm going to friend request you all. That's my favorite way to keep in touch. And if you accept my friend request, I'll add you to my group where I post recipes and specials and such. If they accept my friend request, that's my go-ahead to add them to the group. Okay? Because I've already told them that's what I'm going to do. I will tell you the biggest exposure I get, though, is on my personal page. I get more business on my personal page. I mix, 80% personal, 20% business. So make sure that you're letting people know that you're going to friend request them and that you're going to add them to your group. All right, so that's that piece of it. Okay, number 3, we'll get into the meat of it. You don't have a fun and consistent way to share the business. So the first thing you have to do is inform and tell people about Pampered Chef. And my key is that you have to tell them enough so that they can say yes, but not too much that they'll talk themselves out of it. And the worst thing is that I'll maybe go to a launch party with a new consultant, and I'll get somebody that is going to join her team, and then she'll come over and she'll just like, and tells them everything about everything she's done and blah blah, and like I can tell the person's going, oh, and they almost lose them. So you've got to stop talking at your parties about too much. It's just a little bit to whet their appetite. So the first thing I'll say about that is that it has to be a habit, and Judy was talking about good business habits. So for me at a party, the only reason I go to a party anymore is to look for recruit leads. And that, when you start to do that in your business, you know that you've got the rest on autopilot. You know how Judy said about having your bookings, and that needs to be autopilot, so that can run itself, so that you as a leader are only going to a party to look for new people to bless with our business. That's all I go for a party for. So anyway, talking about the business at the end of the party would be, I could leave it out. It would be like not brushing my teeth in the morning or not kissing my husband. I could get rid of that one. I could buckling your seatbelt, locking your doors at night. You have to make it so automatic that you would feel lost if you didn't do it. Because sometimes, I know in the beginning especially, I would go on and on and on about products, and there just wouldn't be the time, and I'd feel, oh, everybody's heard this, or there's nobody in the room that wants this, or I would make up a million excuses, and I would just do some little thing like, hey, we've got a great business, let me know if you need any information about that, and bye-bye. So that's no longer the case. So how are we gonna inform? So there's lots of ways. You can use any of the things that people have talked to you about, the asking me a question, the stickers, the why bag, the stealing hearts, etc. I use just really simple things. This is one thing that I've used for lots of years, and it's a gift bag that anybody who would even consider looking at some information gets from me as a gift. Just a Season's Best cookbook. Always put candy in there. I've gotten lots of recruits just because they wanted the candy bar. Like you think people can buy it for a lava cake. Now we're going down to a 10-cent candy bar. But, and then in here, I have the company's brochure and just a sheet that talks about all the benefits of getting one of our Deal of the Day kits. Okay? So the key is, how do you use something like this? So you might at your party, at the end of your party, the most important part of your party is the end of your cooking class. Okay? The middle, the cooking, the beginning sets it up, the middle you cook, the end though is your money-making time. That's when you're going to get all of your future business. And it's so important to make sure you have everything in place so you can do a strong, strong close. So, and it just goes, everybody does this though. I mean, like you go from, what you're going to buy to, let's book a party, it's a great, best deal. But I save the best for last. And I want to just tell you about our starter kits. So if you could please turn to page 63 in your catalogs and let's take a peek at what the best deal of the day is. And that's our 3 starter kits. So, and I'm just going to explain to you what I say at the end, if that's okay. So I might say something like, how many of you wanted that rock crack that we used? And this is a tip I gave at breakfast. I only take the everyday rock crack. That's the one I use, which is very counterintuitive. I know you're going like, oh my gosh, you want to sell the everyday, but I want to recruit with the smallest. I think I said Dutch oven. I think I said that wrong. You use the Dutch oven. I take the everyday because it's so critical to make that leap from. You can buy it from $119, but if you would consider giving Pampered Chef a try for $159, you get that $600 worth of products for only $40. Okay? So that's a critical part of it. So I try to use that everyday rock at every party. So how many of you wanted that manual food processor? Did Jane do a great job making our salsa with it? Well, guess what? That's in the kit too. Those 2 pieces alone, friends, are worth $159. So I want to give you some reasons on why you might want to get that starter kit. So the company's not crazy. They put every great selling product in that kit. I've also got one for $109 and one for $249, but we're going to look at the $159 kit. And so I want to give you some reasons why you might want to give Pampered Chef a try. So first, you might want to because you just want the good deal. Well, you can have that good deal if you would say, yes, I'll do a catalog party, I'll do a virtual party, I'll give it a try. We want to see if it fits for you. So let's, give it a try. And you get the kit, and I'll come and help you do your first party. So you got nothing to lose, everything to gain, and you get that kit. Or you might be the girl like me 20 years ago who, really thought, wow, this looks like fun. And I have to tell you, this is so fun. So you would love selling Pampered Chef. And how many of you have friends in maybe Mary Kay or Avon, and they just get in it so they can get the discounts and fool around a little bit? I'm looking for those kind of girls, but maybe girls who want to do 1 party a week. How many of you work full-time? Who works full-time? I'll ask that. Who works full-time? So, and where do you work, Deja? Sounds awful. Sounds awful. So if your boss said, Deja, could you work overtime 3 hours once a week? I don't care. You pick your schedule. You just pick 3 hours. If you could help us out, you know what? I'll give you a $500 a month raise. And if you could pick up 6 of those shifts in a month, you know what? I think I could treat you and your husband to a trip to Amelia Island for 2. Would you be willing to do that? Many full-time workers would jump. I mean, most full-time workers are working the 3 hours for free, right? So what I'm offering to them is I'm telling a full-time worker, this is for you too. And I might say something, that was my case back in '97. So if you work full-time, this is a great way to make extra money while you still keep your full-time job, while you give us a try. And then third, I'm looking for girls that really are guys that really would like to build a business. If you're tired of the job you have, Pampered Chef could be the answer. And look, you would start out like everybody else with a kit and try it out, and you never know where it'll take you. Today, after doing this for lots of years, I make well over $100,000, and I never could have made that at my former job. So I hope you'll give it a try. So what I have for you is an information packet, and just take it for the candy. But what's in here is just a little sheet. So I'm going to pass some of these around. If you'd like one, feel free to take them. Okay? You could do that. Now, there's a Season's Best off-season cookbook. How much does that cost you? The off-season ones is $1. I don't know. Is it a buck?
No,
60 cents.
60
60
How
cents.
much does a stamp cost? 47 or 50 cents. It's cheaper just to give them this and let them look at it. Now the key when you give this away though is you don't just say, hey, do you want to go over and take a look at this? Why don't you look at this at home? Because it's like saying, I couldn't bear to throw this away. Could you take it home? You have to look at it at the party. Okay? So when they come up for checkup, you're going to open it up. And basically all I do at that point is say, so which kit are you thinking of? Which do you like? And have them look at the kits, and they tell me, and I say, so do you have the blah, blah, blah? And the great thing is if they've got it, then I go on to some, you know what, it all comes in packages. You could use it for gifts this Christmas or Mother's Day or what have you. So this is the piece that I do after I've built some desire. So you have to use something to tell a little bit about the business. And I'm not saying to tell a ton about you. I very rarely do a big long talk about me. I mean, I know there is a story that you want to tell, but you want to make it more about them. How many of you work full time? How many of you would like to be the consultant that gets the discount? You've got to give them enough scenarios so that they think A, B, or C. Yeah, I would like the discount. I like the deal. I'd like to do a catalog party. And you might say, if you're going to do a cooking party with me anyway, you might as well get the kit and let's let that be your try me show. And if you love it, great. We're going to be great friends. If it's not for you, you know what? It's okay. We're still going to be friends. But you've got to give them enough information so that they could say, why wouldn't I do that? Yes, I'll do that. And then it's your job, once you get them signed up right then and there, then it's your job to go full speed ahead with new consultant training, just like you would any other recruit. And a lot of times people say, well, aren't you going to get a lot of kidnappers this way? No more than you're getting chasing people and calling them and setting up appointments and all of that. There's two kinds of people in the world. There's type A personalities and there's Bs. I'm an A. I'll make a decision just like that. Probably the wrong one, but I don't care, I'm doing it. Because if you give me too much time, tomorrow I've forgotten all about you, I'm on to something new. Now my husband, he needs time to think about everything. He needs time to determine which shoes he's gonna wear because it might be brown shoe day or it might be black shoe day. And he can only wear, especially when we work, it was brown shoes or black shoes and he rotated. And so he had to make sure that he was wearing the correct shoes for that day. Yeah, he's crazy. But that's another story. That's been long. We get to talk a lot about him. He's fun. So if you're not comfortable passing these around, then you tell everybody, at checkout, friends, I'm going to have a stack of these, and I would love for you to take one. Everyone is welcome to take one. All right. This is what I also use for a door prize. If you do any kind of giveaway, why would you not give recruiting information? I hear people tell all the time, oh, I give away this. I mean, give away recruiting information with all of your gifts, right? You never give anything away without recruiting, okay? So something really silly. So at checkout, where's Judy? I want to give the high sign, the evil eye. So I have like 2 minutes, 1 minute? 2 minutes, okay, we'll finish it up. At checkout, I learned what to really figure out what I thought the reason was that people might do this. So if I heard them talk about work, or if I heard them talk about they love the products or something, you get them next to you and you talk with them and you put your hand on this and you open it up and you look at the flyer and you ask them about which kit, and then you just say, you lower your voice and you say in the lowest voice, hey Jim, this is my low voice, hey Jim, you really need to do this. It would be so fun. I'd love to work with you. What do you think? That's it. But anyway, it's getting personal with the person and assuming, I guess the key to my whole message is assuming that they will say yes. Just like you assume the sale, you assume the booking, assume the recruiting, give them a chance to say yes so easily. So I mean, people all the time are saying, gosh, I just came to buy a mini serving spatch and I'm giving you my social security number and my driver's license. And I say, yes, this is going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. So that would be my message to you, and train your people about those 4 things. Figure out which one they're missing. There's going to be one missing in their whole spiel. There's something that they're not doing because the recruits are out there, and if your team doesn't recruit them, I'm coming to your town and I'm going to recruit. So, hello.